Morning, folks. Today's shaving cream is called Top Secret. This one here comes by the way of Portugal, and this is what the shaving cream looks like there on the back side there. I think that's 125 grams. It's not the easiest shaving cream to find. Used to be able to find it like at Gibson Care, Italian Barber. And it seems like now about the only place I can find it is on eBay. And on eBay, it runs like 11, 12 bucks, kind of expensive compared to back when I got it. Was nowhere near that much, about half that amount, maybe even less than that. I've had this one for a little while, as you can kind of tell. I've used a little bit of it. Got it whipped up here in my smooth bottom bowl with a brush I got it quite a while back. This is Never Ready brush by the way of Strike Gold Shave, and that's what it looks like there in the bowl, all whipped up, ready to go. It does have a scent to it. From what I've been able to find out about it, it refers to the scent as invigorating. My nose doesn't pick that up, but that's my nose. Your nose may pick that up, but it does have a scent to it, but I'm just not able to describe what it smells like. It's a pleasant scent. It's not an off-putting scent. I think most people may find that it's okay. And going to follow the shave up with Stephan's Lilac aftershave. This is like what I guess you might say in a barber shop. It's relatively inexpensive. There's 15 ounces of this in there, and I've got a link down below if you're interested in looking it up. Still using the Proraso, there we go, Preshave, and you put a hot towel to the face this morning already. And I got the usual suspects over here in the way of Crown King alum block, complete with rubber band this morning. And I got Humphreys Witch Hazel, which is citrus scented, and that's about how much is left in the container there. Shaver of the day. The blade is a Schick Proline, and this one here came by the way of classic shaving. It's a single edge shaver. It takes in other words, a Feather Otters Club style blade. And it is a 3-piece. There's a link down below if you want to take a peek at the, there's a video right along with it. If I'm not mistaken, it also shows how this is put together. If I remember, with that, I'll get sidetracked. I'll take it apart at the end of the video to show you what it looks like. What it means by a 3-piece. Pretty nice shaves, can't complain a bit about it. It does have that slim head to it, so it makes it a little bit nicer for those that shave underneath the nose. Really can't complain too much about it. Regular price is a bit steep, and matter of fact, even at the price that they're selling it now at $99, back when this first came out, I got it somewhat cheaper. In other words, it's not a cheap shaver by any means in the way of cost. It does give pretty smooth shaves. I can't complain about it at all. I've enjoyed my shaves with it. And even with the Schick Proline, still smooth shaves. So far, I think in this shaver I've used Kai Pinks, Feather Supers, and now the Schick Proline, and can't complain a bit about the shaves. I do pick up the scent as I'm putting it on, painting it on my face. Like I say, it's a pleasant scent. I don't think most people would find it off-putting or anything like that. It's not one of those scents that, how can you say, like an Arco scent or anything, Williams or anything quite like that. If those sort of scents don't appeal to you. So I think I even used to be able to find this, I guess you might say a small website, a Portugal online shop, I think was the name of it. And I looked there even, and I didn't see it there. So I'm assuming it's still made, but with the virus disrupting the chain and everything else, I don't know for sure whether it's one of those items that's still being made or if it's being discontinued. I don't know. I know here in the States it's not the easiest thing to find. Not as easy as it used to be. I'm wanting to say when I first picked this up, and I probably got through Gifts and Care, I think I probably picked it up for maybe $5. I've had this one for a little while. I'm quite certain I didn't pay almost 12 bucks for it though. I don't think I would have done that. It would have had to been on the lower dollar amount. There's a shaving cream that I would, go that far in it, but that's usually a Tobbs or something like that, Taylor Bond Street, something along those lines. Uh, uh, Typically, I don't spend that much for a shaving cream in a tube to keep it down more or less on the budget side of things. And this one here, at the time when I got it, did fit that bill. Because I got this one here along as well as a few others at the same time. And if I remember right, like they were anywhere from like $3.95 up to maybe $6 somewhere in there. They were inexpensive at the time I was getting them. And you can tell it does whip up pretty easy. It didn't take a whole lot of effort. And it does whip up a lot like how I prefer to have it whipped up. Tony's outside the door. Here late, wife and I were talking about it. Tony, our German Shepherd, he's been acting a little needy here lately. He's not liking the door shut. This is a pretty nice shaver though. I mean, for me it makes it for a good daily shaver. Shave with this every day without a problem. And with a little bit longer blade or a wider blade, if you want to put it like that, doesn't take quite as long to cover the real estate. I don't know. There's as it goes for videos and whatnot, run the ladies. I don't know that there's that many out there, and I don't know if there's that many that would shave with a shaver like this. In other words, a leg shaver. It just doesn't have the shortest, but it didn't have the longest handle out there either. But with its width and whatnot, it would cover quite a bit of area. Not sure how it would be for a head shaver either. No, there's at least some blades out there that you got to choose from. Feather blades, I mean, I use the Super. I've tried the Professional, and the Professional just doesn't work out for me. Super works better. And I haven't tried anything, I guess you might say further down the line, of Feather Artist Clubs. So if there's another one out there maybe that would be a bit milder. By the way, of Feather Artist Clubs, I haven't tried them. As it goes for the Kai blades, Kai Pink's the only thing I've tried. Bought some of those. They work fantastic for me. Haven't tried anything else from them since. What can you say? You find what works for you sometimes, and you just have a hard time trying anything else. To me, this is a fun shaver. This is very close to shaving with a DE for me. It's easy to find the angle. It's not an aggressive shaver with this blade in it. Now, some may find a Feather Super might be a bit aggressive for some folks, but for me, it's spot on. Kai Pinks are very, very efficient with the Kai Pink. I don't know, those are supposed to be considered a mild blade, and for me, I would consider it more of a smooth blade. The grind is different on those blades. At least the ones that I've tried, the Kai Pinks, to me the grind is different, even from the Schick Proline. And this Schick is, I mean, it's shaving pretty smooth. It's a different kind of shave. It doesn't feel, how can you say, quite as edgy. Not that a Kai Pink is that edgy to begin with, but with a Schick Proline, it just feels different. It's a very smooth shave. I can remember back when they were working on getting these razors shipped out and whatnot, and there was a video and talking about how they tried the Schick Proline, and I can't remember if it's this one or it was the other shaver, but this talk about how smooth the shaves were, and it is a smooth shaver. Especially with the Schick Proline. I'll try to remember put a link down below for the Schick Proline blade. I think there's like 3 or 4 different places you could probably find them at. Relatively easy, depending on what part of the world you're in. Just an easy going shave with it. Like I say, for me, shaving with it on a daily basis would be pretty easy. I don't feel that it's aggressive at all. Very efficient though, because by the time you get done with that 3rd pass, I'm so close to BBS already. It wouldn't take a whole lot of effort to get there. Face does feel pretty good. No stinging this morning, because I'm Humphreys here. This Humphreys, it's getting kind of low. I mentioned it before. I've got some sterling witch hazel that I'm thinking I'm going to switch over to, as well as the Phoenix Artisan accoutrements. I've got the cube as well as one like a travel tube. Not sure which one of those two I'm going to go with. Might keep the travel tube for travel, but I also like the idea of the travel tube. I guess you might say the ease of keeping your hands clean, at least for a moment. The way I usually apply it is once I get it on my face, I work it in, and that's just my method with the cube pre-shave. Even with any other pre-shave I've ever used, I do the same thing. And I should say, and I know this is a clear container, so the color of the aftershave does have a purple color to it. In other words, it's not the container, it makes it look purple. I like this aftershave. It's not the strongest scent. In other words, it's definitely present when you first apply it, but for my nose, not too long afterwards, I don't notice it. So if you're going to be using a cologne or EDT or something of the sort, I wouldn't think that this scent would interfere with it. I don't think it even lasts per my nose. I don't notice it an hour afterwards. At least my nose. Your nose could be quite different. I'm sure it is. Mine doesn't work half the time, so there it is. Oh, before I forget. All right, I will see. There is I don't know if the camera will pick it up and if my fingers will get in the way. On the I'll hold it like this. On the underside, you can see where it says Enoch in there, and also it tells you over on this side that's version 1. I think that catches it there. Now this slides apart, and I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to be careful not to cut my fingers too. It slides apart like that. I say the video I think shows it down at classic shaving, but that's what this looks like in the way of a 3-piece. And the blade, it should stay there. It fits in there just like that. And that's what the rest of that looks like, if you're kind of wondering. Here's the handle. The way it's made, I don't find it slick or hard to hold on to, even with my fingers being wet. It does have a base for a pedestal if you want to stand it up. Also kind of helps with putting your little finger underneath there. That's what it looks there for the threads. I like it. I enjoy this shaver. Um, like I say, it is relatively easy to use. Doesn't take a whole lot of effort to find the angle. Really nice shave this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe, stay healthy. Smooth shaves to you. And if you're living around this part of the world, good luck in staying dry. We'll catch you later.